Hi guys, I'm Daphne Quay, your boss lady realtor, and today we are in this adorable, sweet, scrumptious little morsel of a neighborhood in Central Austin. We are in Travis Heights. So make sure to watch our video all the way to the end because I have a really cool surprise about the Travis Heights area that not everyone knows about. Some of the things that make Travis Heights super dope. Number one is walkability within the neighborhood. You can walk to little parks, walking trails. You can also walk to other Austin amenities like South Congress. You can bike up to downtown. It's super convenient. Also, one of the other things that people super duper love about Travis Heights is that it has so much character. Some of the homes are super historic, built in like the late 1800s up to like brand new modern homes. There's a lot of variety and so much history to the whole little pocket that is Travis Heights. And lastly, Travis Heights has this awesome little park. It's called Stacey Park, but stay tuned. I'm gonna tell you more info about that at the end of this video. We're just a hop and a skip away from South Congress, which is a really trendy spot in Central Austin. South Congress is lined with really trendy local restaurants. There's a bunch of like big box stores there as well. There's several businesses that started there that are now national, like for instance, Kendra Scott Jewelry. She's got her like main mothership store there in South Congress. Perla's is really good if you want to get really excellent seafood. Local Austin hotels. I mean, it just goes on and on. And also if you want to go downtown for any reason, where I want to say like an 8-minute drive from downtown, and also catching an Uber or Lyft or taxi or whatever form of public transportation is really easy too. One of the newest attractions and developments in South Congress is called Music Lane. It's a really cool kind of industrial looking setup. Like it's kind of a compact shopping village. It's mixed use. So they've got stores in there, they've got restaurants in there, and they've got like apartments that you can rent there. I guess it's kind of a big brick structure, but it's got kind of like a low profile. If you walk by very quickly, or if you drive by South Congress very quickly, you won't see it. There's a few storefronts at the very front. And if you go around to the back, there's more stores, more restaurants, walking areas, there's parking underground. It's a really conveniently set up space and it's super beautiful. They've got lots of things to do to keep you entertained and busy while visiting South Congress. Or, like we were saying, if you live in the Travis Heights neighborhood and you're going to the South Congress neighborhood, you could grab dinner at Music Lane and then walk up the road a little bit to Amy's Ice Cream to get some ice cream. One of the other things that I thought would be important to touch on as well for Travis Heights is the schools. I looked on greatschools.org, which is actually a really good website to get insider information on schools for neighborhoods you might be considering. Not the best ratings. Generally speaking, I've also talked to several clients that I've had in the past that have either sold a home or are moving to the Travis Heights areas, and they all say the same thing. They're definitely not moving there because the schools are fantastic. There's one family that I was working with, they moved into their home and they actually ended up sending their kiddos to private school, which I think maybe from like the outside looking in might be kind of a surprise, considering that home prices in the area are pretty high compared to other parts of Central Austin. And you would think because of the home pricing and the lifestyle there, that schools would have higher ratings. But that's not the case, and I think it's really important to be super transparent about it. If you want more information though, I always recommend you go to greatschools.org and check it out for yourself. You could see what kind of neighborhoods offer the kind of schools that you're looking for, if that's even important to you, because it might not, and that's fine too. As in any other neighborhood video that we do, we always like to talk about home pricing and like what the market is doing in that area. So I'm gonna tell you what's going on in the Travis Heights neighborhood right now, price-wise, and then I want to have some more information for you about that as well. So right now I'm on MLS and I've pulled up everything that is active, pending, or that has sold in the last 120 days or 4 months. I didn't go back 6 months just because the market was so different than it is today, so that's why I'm doing 4 months. Anyway, I'm seeing home prices range anywhere from about $675,000 all the way to $5.5 million. Just looking at these numbers alone, I would definitely say kind of like the main price range in the Travis Heights area that you can expect is right around the 1.2 mark up to about 1.8 million. Of course, you can go way higher and a tiny bit lower, but generally speaking, that's probably where you're gonna land. One thing about the Travis Heights neighborhood that's kind of unique to other parts of Austin is that not all of the homes that are for sale go directly into the MLS. It's sort of like an underground market. I mean, it's not really an underground market. It's called the Austin Luxury Network. We just need to dig a little bit deeper to find them, because basically they don't go on like the public market. I do want to set the expectation though. Even though Travis Heights is so charming and full of so much character, a $1 million home does not look like a typical $1 million home that you would expect in other parts of the country. For instance, right now, I'm looking at this really cute little blue house that sold in Travis Heights for $1.2 million. The home is just barely over 1,500 square feet and it was built in 1920. So what you get for that is a ton of history, lots of character, great location, but you're definitely not talking about like a mansion, like a 4,000 square foot home that you might find in other parts of Austin. As far as the style of home goes in Travis Heights, like I mentioned, it's kind of historical. It's not like an official like historical community, but there's a lot of history there. You see homes built anywhere from the late 1800s up until today, and it shows. We can drive by a little home that's maybe 900 square feet, that's got a little pure beam foundation that you can see has been updated and somebody's kept up with it and loved it, but it's still got that 1920s, early 1900s feel and look to it, this cute little cottagey home. And then it's entirely possible to drive down the street, the same street, and see this really big modern semi-mansion type house. There's really been pretty consistent construction since like the late 1800s there. You see homes sometimes that were built in the early 2000s, stuff that was built up in like the mid 90s. So like I said, there's just a pretty wide variety, but I think generally speaking, kind of this cute, colorful little cottage is sort of like the brand look for Travis Heights. So I promised that at the end of this video, I would share some information with you on Stacey Park in Travis Heights. Stacey Park is a local park for Travis Heights. It's literally right there in the middle of the neighborhood. Stacey Park has two pools. It has Stacey Park Big Pool, and then it has Stacey Park Little Pool. The big pool is like a bigger pool where you can swim laps and hang out. And then the little pool really is more of a wading pool for little kiddos to stand in and play around. Also, Stacey Park has a walking trail. It's called Blunt Creek Greenbelt Trail, I think. That's like the official name, but like, who uses the official name? Anyway, what's really cool about this is that the walking trail is literally from Travis Heights and it will take you all the way up to downtown. And that's right in the middle of Austin. And it's unique because so many of our other walking trails are like on the periphery of town, right? So they're either like way west, not east so much, but they're like way west and you can't really walk from them to town. So Blunt Creek Trail will literally take you from Travis Heights to downtown. That's all the information that I have on Travis Heights. It is such a cute little neighborhood and it's got so much character, so much texture, and so much stuff to do, and it's so convenient. So if you have any more questions about Travis Heights or are thinking about selling or buying a home in the Austin area, please feel free to reach out. You can call me, email me, text me, send me an Instagram DM, literally whatever works for you. If you're thinking about moving to Central Texas, I got you.